Hello and welcome to my ePortfolio reflection video. My name is Graham Thane. To give a little background information on me, I live in Camrose, Alberta with my wife and 3 beautiful daughters. I've been teaching now for 10 years, all of which have been at the same school division, Battle River Regional Division. 9 of those 10 years have been at Camrose Composite High School. I've taught a lot of subjects over those 9 years at the school, but in the last few years I've mostly taught social studies and phys ed. About 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to pursue a master's degree. I wanted to take something that interested me and could possibly open up a few doors down the road. I soon came across Boise State's Master's in Educational Technology program. I applied and started my MET journey in January of 2009. This video is part of EdTech 592, the culminating course requirement for my MET. In this video, I'm going to describe a few courses and assignments that have had a big impact on my learning, classroom teaching, and professional career. EdTech 502. I started my MET program in January of 2009 with EdTech 502, the Internet for Educators. This course primarily has students design and produce instructional web pages using a combination of software and HTML code. I absolutely loved this class. Not only was I learning a new skill, designing web pages, but I was able to apply this new knowledge and use it directly in the classroom. One assignment that I've used more often than the other ones is the web quest. I hadn't heard of web quests before, but through this assignment I've grown to really appreciate them. In web quests, all students are active. Each student is responsible for a certain task, and as a group they have to decide on a presentation. In this assignment we were to take a learning outcome from our classroom and design a web quest around it. For the assignment, I had my grade 10 social studies students investigate the effects of child labor in the Industrial Revolution, and I've used it a number of times in class. Students form a group, and each member is responsible to investigate an aspect of the Industrial Revolution. After the research is completed, the students come together as their original group, share what they have learned, and design a presentation for the class. I've since redesigned it for grade 12 students investigating liberalism in the Industrial Revolution. One aspect that has stood out for me while at Boise is that there isn't a limit to what type and how you use technology. It can be applied in a regular class, distance learning, special needs, whatever. So I've taken what I've learned in EdTech 502 and applied it in other areas of my school and position. I've designed a website for our specialty phys ed class called Fitness and Cross Training, or FACT for short. Students can navigate there and find info for the class, interesting links, and photos from the class. The website has become a useful means of communication. I can post important documents, even upcoming events on the linked Google Calendar, or even the results from our school triathlon. I can see in the future adding a Twitter page or blog posting so that information can be passed even faster through the web page. I've also designed and updated our volleyball results page for the league that we play in. In both FACT and the volleyball pages, I found it very satisfying that I've been able to use my knowledge from EdTech 502 in such a useful and practical way. EdTech 504. The MET program offered at Boise State has a mixture of practical coursework and theory courses. One course that I found very challenging but equally rewarding was EdTech 504, Theoretical Foundations of Educational Technology. Studying a variety of learning styles from historical to emerging ones and discussing how technologies had an impact on them was fascinating. As the course progressed, I started to relate to the social constructivist learning style. I've tried to incorporate the idea that students build on their knowledge and that the instructor guides them instead of lectures to them into my own teaching. Technology can go hand in hand with this learning style. My synthesis paper in EdTech 504 describes how wikis incorporate a constructivist learning style into the classroom. During my research and writing the paper, I discovered that wikis are a great tool for collaborative learning. They allow students to work at their own pace, and students can build their knowledge off of one another through their postings. And with that knowledge in hand, I now integrate wikis into my social studies classes. We use them for current events, posting assignments, and having discussions. One of the coolest aspects of the wiki for me is that students can contribute when they want. I've seen postings at all hours of the day and night. I'm not limiting the student to just the classroom learning environment. That to me is a social constructivist, allowing students to build on their own knowledge, feed off their classmates, and do it at their own pace. I'm just their facilitator. EdTech 533. A recent article came out that Canadians watch more YouTube videos per capita than any other country in the world. So one course that I was particularly excited to take was EdTech 533, YouTube for Educators. To me, before the class, YouTube was about searching and watching videos to upload in your own content. I had no idea the capabilities and power that YouTube has. Two assignments that really stuck out with me after the course were the interactive video and actually just setting up your own YouTube channel. The channel is so simple to set up and has such potential. After the course, I worked with my social department at my school to set up 3 different YouTube channels, one for each grade level. We use these channels to store and organize the videos that we watch in class. Instead of trying to search for a video during class, we can now go to the channel and find it right away. Another positive aspect of the channels is that students can visit them and watch the videos. I can see our department in the future posting presentations on these channels for students to view on their own time. The interactive video assignment was probably one of my favorite assignments that I did throughout the MET program. An interactive video in YouTube allows the designer of the video to not necessarily control the viewing, but guide the viewer to specific content. As a viewer, it allows them to be in charge of what they want to view and when they want to view it. I designed a video for beginner triathletes. It was a favorite assignment because 1, I like triathlons. 2, my daughters actually helped me create a lot of the content for them.
Okay, now start.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Alex, don't touch it.
Alex, please move.
Oh, don't touch it, okay? Just leave it.
Daddy, can I can only see your butt.
You can only see my what?
Your butt. Daddy.
And 3, I was able to use the video for my specialty phys ed class at school. Within this class, the culminating activity of the course is to do a school-run triathlon, and for the most part, it's their very first triathlon, and they're usually quite nervous. By watching the interactive video, they can choose to watch the aspect of the triathlon that is causing them the most anxiety. And with it being on YouTube, they can view it whenever they need to or want to.
Hello, this is Graham Thane, and welcome to my presentation on tips for first-time triathletes. This presentation is designed for people wanting to try a triathlon for the very first time, and it has 2 parts. One part is basic training tips for people to follow prior to the race. The other part goes through tips for the actual race day. This is an interactive video. You can decide when and which parts to visit. Throughout this presentation, you will be given options on which videos to watch. Every video has a link back to this video, and either a link to the basic training tips or the race day tips. To start, simply click on either the training icon to go to the basic training tips, or the bib number to go to the race day tips. You can also click on the reference click icon below to view all the references used throughout the videos. Thanks, and enjoy.
After this course, YouTube changed for me. It's not just about watching and uploading videos. It's also about storing and sharing information in an easy, user-friendly medium. The last aspect that I'd like to talk about in this video is the leadership role that I'm starting to take on within my school and division because of what I'm doing in the MET program at Boise. The knowledge that I've gained over the last 2.5 years has given me the confidence to use more technology and use it properly in the classroom. It's also given me the confidence to help other staff in my school incorporate more technology into their classroom. I've also been fortunate enough to have been asked to join a few committees within the division that will help determine the future use of and types of technology that all of our schools will utilize. I'll use knowledge that I've gained from classes such as EdTech 501, Introduction to Educational Technology, and apply it when our division's Technology Development Committee meets this spring to develop our new 3-year tech plan. I'll use principles of EdTech 505 evaluations for educational technologists to help determine the value of certain technology being incorporated in the school or classroom or school. Then share that information with other staff, administrators, and divisional staff. When I look back 5 years ago to the goals that I wanted to pursue in attaining a master's degree, which was something that I was interested in and something that could possibly open doors down the road, I think that Boise State and the MET program have exceeded these goals. I've become even more comfortable with technology than when I started, and I'm eager to learn more. I'm also starting to take on a leadership role within my school and division, which I'm also enjoying. Thank you for watching.